So, Josiah, you have decided, like all of you have decided to follow Josiah out to the entrance, correct?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm keeping an eye out for signs of people having moved through that area recently along the way. That doesn't have to do anything, but I'm keeping an eye out for it.
Okay, perfect. Um, you're able to well, Josiah, are you tell me how
Yeah.
interested you are right now in getting out. Are you very, very interested in getting out? Are you curious about the people you've left behind in well, not you, your mounts
Um.
have left
Uh.
behind? How what is your heart right now?
So, regrettably, to answer that other question about people, to my chagrin, no. Um. Josiah's happy to lead them out of the labyrinth. Any time spent not near the scary center of the labyrinth spider is great as far as he's concerned. So, out is fantastic. Um. Yeah, I don't like. He's also happy to lead them back out if they go in and find somebody, but it's
Mhm.
not like he's not great at finding
Awesome.
the people themselves.
Awesome.
So
So, can you roll a lure for me, please?
sure can.
Josiah.
We got a 7.
Awesome. Um, your heart is just set on like you want to go out. Like you've spent way too much time in here. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, wasted time is wasted money, my friend. And you are able to get out pretty quickly.
Hmm.
But you don't really find anybody else as you guys are walking out. You are able to finally reach the front of the labyrinth. Um, Zippy and uh Gregory isn't there, and you don't know where they are. The Jessicas aren't there either. Robert isn't there. There are a couple of people waiting outside. Like a lot of people, just like the normal people who would go in with Robert. And there's a line forming near the stables waiting for Josiah to come back and to rent more mounts. But these are the people that you see when you get out of the labyrinth. Josiah, one of your workers in the stable has come to you and is like,
Okay.
hey, when can we have like a couple of people ready with their mounts. When are we gonna go? They've signed their waivers. Just let them go through. Is that right?
I feel like there's at least 3 pairs of eyes boring into the back of my
Mm-hmm.
skull while this is currently happening.
Exactly. Yes. Fire.
So Josiah will be like, well, yeah, so about that. S- why don't we have them hold off for a minute? There's some stuff going on. Yeah. So, you know, it's not exactly the experience they were looking for at the moment. So,
Okay. Well, some of them are asking for refunds just because it's been a little bit longer.
oh no, stall them, stall them,
Stall
stall them.
them.
Something
Okay.
bad is happening. It's a circumstance beyond waiver paragraph 6, section
Right.
2.
Got it.
You know, unforeseen emergencies, etc., etc. We can't. It's like the weather. We
Right.
can't.
Right. Inclement weather and
Right.
all.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's inclement weather clauses. Use that.
Perfect. Okay, I'll go back over there and tell them that, and then hopefully I'll calm him down. And then he does run
If
off a little.
not, yeah, give them free time in the petting zoo if they want it. That's
Perfect.
great. Great, fantastic, awesome.
Awesome. So he does go back and he tells these group of people, like, you can hear a couple of people that are a little bit upset about it. Um, and the ice, by the way, you three did not follow you out. They just stayed there, and as you were stepping out, they started to like disappear. And you can only hope that they went back to Snasher. But they're no longer there with you inside the outside of the labyrinth. Um, the screaming is back. the screaming in the background of your heads is back, and you're hearing it, and it's, you know. What do you guys do?
Yay, this again.
Stick around for a few weeks, you get used to it.
Forgot how much I didn't miss that. Um, could I? Would it be within my ability,
Mhm.
magic-wise, to do some sort of like tracking spell so we can't lose each other?
Um,
Or is that too
yes.
far?
Yes. Well, okay, so tell me about I know we talked about your magic and
Mm-hmm.
what it entails.
Mm-hmm.
Can they communicate across? Are they able to do that? Is your magic able to have a connection, like if you send out this ball of light or something there, does it count, does it work as a walkie talkie?
Her magic is very wind-based, and I imagine that whispers could carry on the wind, so sure.
Okay, well then, um let's limit it to the distance. No, not
Okay.
distance, like the amount of people those
Mm-hmm.
whispers can be carried to just, you know, I guess four of you or four people.
Works.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it can help us at least keep track of each other or stay in communication at least. And she puts her hands out in front of her and whistles and very softly just kind of talks into the air. It's unclear what exactly she's saying. Could be a spell. Um, and each of you feel kind of the wind just very gently whip around your head. Um, continuing to feel that presence, kind of a wind moving around your head, around your body. Okay. Um, the wind should be able to carry communications between us. That should give us a little bit more room in the labyrinth to explore, hopefully.
And you don't have to rely on the
Okay.
eyes, I guess, to communicate with each other.
I mean, still don't go too far because I can't track you with it. We can just talk, and it's not much use if I can talk to you, but you're lost.
Mhm.
Yeah, we shouldn't
All
chance it if
right.
we can.
As you're talking, the mayor does show up, Lily, and goes, "Oh, you were able to go in, but where are your other friends? Where is
Yeah, about that. Um, we need this area cordoned off. Just shut it down completely. Nobody else goes into the labyrinth until the screaming stops. And also, once we're done working here, we should have a discussion about some stuff. But in
understood?
the meantime, we need to get.
I'll go ahead and tell the folks not to let people in. Oh, Josiah, you're here too. Well, you would know now that, you know, we won't be allowing the stable to bring people in this time just because of that.
Oh, don't worry. We've already held off the most recent group of people going in. Now we had that talk.
Oh, good work then. Okay, so we'll have the people be cordoned off so that they won't be going in. Is there anything else you need from me while I'm setting up like that?
We're going to be bringing people out who have been lost in the labyrinth, being sustained by. And I think there's kind of a stare into the middle distance. as she thinks about the eye crumbs and tears that people have been living off of for however long they've been lost.
You stare off
Food
and
and
you
water.
look at Bill right in the eyes, and Bill is like just standing there crying because he's finally out, and he's grabbed some of the side like food that like people are selling food on the streets, so he's just grabbed one and is now just eating it. Yeah, so that's what Bill is doing right now. And Lily's like, got it, okay, we'll make sure. I didn't realize we've lost so many people in there. Tourists. Are they tourists? Are they folks of ours?
A lot of them are
Unclear.
tourists. Bunch of folks from out of town looking to try something new. I guess I don't know.
It's at least
Money spent
50.
all the same.
50. Goodness. I didn't know we had lost about 50 tourists in there. No wonder. Do you think they're the ones screaming?
Not.
No. Well, the screamings do sound like there are a million people in there, not just 50. Hopefully there aren't a million people in there, but yes. I will
Yeah,
make sure nobody else comes.
one step at a time.
Yes. All right. Well, I will go ahead and take care of that. Good luck, squad. You know, hopefully, Josiah here will be a good resource for you as well. Um, he's been here for a while now, and it's been really helpful to with the stables and everything. I hope, you know, he provides a good service as well. And Lily just sort of like walk away and just sort of start uh taking care of like business, shouting out to people and be like, hey, no more all that, leaving you for uh right at the mouth of the labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. Well, Josiah providing a good service would in fact be a nice change of pace. Um,
That
Glyza, as
sounds
we start
perfectly
clearing out
good.
as we start clearing out the labyrinth here, would we want to roll? Would you want us to, or would you want somebody to roll either here's what I've got or in harm's way?
If you'd like, there's
can.
plenty of things. Remember the diagnosis phase, you can use any of those any of those actions.
Yeah.
So depending on what you're ready to do, you can roll any of those actions or your own special actions. Let me see. Let me see what your actions are actually.
My special action is to wrangle a monster, which is not a thing that we're doing right now.
I mean, yeah. So I think only Elise and Kay have special actions that can be done right now because it's general. Also, uh, Josiah, your actions can all be done at this stage because two of them are general and one of them is diagnosis. So, just so you're aware.
Ooh. I will. What does that mean again?
You
Don't
are.
know a lot. I don't know a lot
That's
about this
okay.
game. Y'all have to put it there with it.
You're currently in the diagnosis phase of trying to
Oh,
find
cool.
out like how to heal him, what's going on with Snasher. And there are certain
Gotcha.
moves that you can do that you can use with it. Um and for you, your moves can two of them can be applied at any time, while one of them, the last one, can only be applied during the diagnosis phase, which is what phase that you are in currently right now. And the
Gotcha.
other moves
Okay.
for the diagnosis is going to be at the bottom of the character keeper. You would be able to see the different other moves that everybody has access to for the
Cool.
diagnosis phase.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Fenn, you said you were gonna do here's what I got or in harm's way?
Yeah, I mean, I think just like as a general summation of I'm trying to check the clock boxes,
Of course, yes.
or the track boxes just to push us towards it. Which is the main reason that I would want to roll Here's What I've Got. Unfortunately, that's an acuity move,
It's true.
which means that diving headlong into let me check the in harm's way. Um, but yeah, getting a 7 to 9 on -1 roll is not necessarily
I mean, it doesn't
a
just
great
have to be
prospect
Fenn.
for
It
me.
could be the other three as well. They can choose any other actions that there are there. But yes, you can
For
also
the
decide to
Uh,
get
uh,
out of the diagnosis phase, even if the clock isn't all checked, but it does have some penalties.
for here's what I've got. The clock segment we already have was based on the eyes being sent out, and that was making it worse, right?
Mhm.
That was the
Mhm.
information we had with that. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh, I should have made a deal. Oh well. Live learn. Um,
I am
so
right
yeah,
here.
You can. He's still. I mean, that still counts as a deal if you make a deal with Josiah Williams. You know, if you want to. And I know that Gregory has made a deal with Robert, so there is
right.
that.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I think Fenn's gonna turn to Josiah and say, "All right, well, you got anything else important you wanted to do today?"
Quite a lot, actually. Like again, running a business isn't just sit down and make money. You've got to
Hmm.
clean the stables, you got to maintain things, you got to make promotional marketing materials, got to do all this other kind of stuff. But I could be
Hmm.
open to, you know, something.
Sure. Hey, if you help us sort through this labyrinth and get people out of here a little quicker, I won't break your knees.
Is that your make a
Oh,
deal
Currently, you
move?
have
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
currently he's got a problem, which is that I want to break his knees, and I can help him solve that problem.
By not doing it. Yeah, that's right. Well, okay. So, first off, do you normally do negotiating for your little group? Are you normally the one doing this? Because like,
I'm usually a lot nicer than this.
I
You're
mean
just,
that's fair. I'm just want to go ahead, finish your
uh,
sentence.
oh, no. We just happen to live in a post-scarcity world, and it's just your whole fucking deal is baffling to me. What's, why money?
Do you see mounts anywhere? No, it's because they're in the building
Yeah,
and they
because you
cost
put
money.
them in the building.
Yeah, and like, look, I think it's kind of neat to offer a thing that people want. That's all. That's
Yeah,
what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing here.
that's not all. That's
Yeah,
not
it
all.
is.
You're
That's
charging
it.
money for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
no. You're doing two things. You're offering a service in exchange
yes.
for, again, currency, a thing we don't
Okay.
need.
Right. But then that shouldn't be a problem if they want to give it up, do they? If no one really needs it. It's just like for fun at that point.
Are you Josiah, are you doing your third move in this situation?
I so like technically yes, I don't think any of those sections are gonna help me, but yeah, I guess that's technically true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um yeah, so that third move is negotiations. When you bargain, reason, or otherwise try to get something from you need from a human being with words and promises alone. I can ask the table what they want. Now the fun part is I can set my terms and add hold 1 for every one of the following that is true. None of these are true
It's
because
true.
they
None
trust
of
you.
this are
You've
true.
helped them before and they like you.
Well,
None of those are
you've
true.
helped them before. You've helped them get there.
I feel like that's negated
Mhm.
by everything else I've done at this point. So like I'm not gonna push that one. If anyone else wants to give that to me, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna be the one to push that. But yeah. So look, what I have here is a fun charade, right? Everyone comes in, pays a little bit of money that they don't need. I get a little bit of money that I don't really need. They get to have a cool adventure. They get to feel like they're important. Their self-preservation ability is not my problem. We said, hey, it's a labyrinth. You can get lost. That's the whole point of a labyrinth. But people still want to take some animals, go inside. I can't stop them from doing that. And at least if we do it through somebody that, you know, is here, at least we know when they go missing. Unlike the first early couple weeks where people would just go in by themselves and then we'd never know. So,
You know
like,
what the
I get it.
difference is between a maze and a labyrinth?
Aren't those the same word?
Do you know what the difference is between a maze and a labyrinth?
Isn't that the same thing? No. Is there a difference?
Elise puts her
I think-
hand on Ben's shoulder. We have more important worries right now. There are people lost. Snasher is hurt. We need to stay focused.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to sit down after this. Probably in the mayor. Hopefully a few people from the university or from the library. Because you're operating under a lot of assumptions that are actively harmful to this place,
What am I
to the
assuming?
attendant spirits and the people who are participating in it.
What am I assuming?
And so
Help me. All right. If you think I'm operating
you're
under any of those
assuming
assumptions,
that your
help.
presence here, you're assuming that your presence here is desirable, that the presence of anybody here is desirable. You're assuming that the mindset in which you are entering this place is helpful, that traveling the labyrinth is in and of itself a good thing. The difference between a maze and a labyrinth is a maze is a puzzle. You're supposed to get lost in a maze. A labyrinth is not meant to be something that you can get lost in. A labyrinth has one singular path that leads directly where the labyrinth is intended. It is meant to be a meditative process. You're not supposed to just go into a labyrinth willy-nilly. You're supposed to go in there for reflection and connection to the world as you find it. What you are doing here is you are inviting in God and everyone to trash this place, not because they want to go through a labyrinth, but because they want to go through a fucking maze. And you're doing it not for any good reason, not for any meaningful reason, but you're doing it for money. A thing that you yourself admit you don't need. And we've got a lot of people lost inside, and I've wasted so much time talking to you. Thank you for reminding me what is actually important here. And Fenn is going to turn and walk back into the labyrinth to start finding people.
Missed the whole part about everyone going missing weeks before, but all right, sure.
I think Kay is gonna go up to Josiah and just kind of put a hand on his shoulder and just, we really need your help on this, okay? Things are bad. I know you care about that ostrich down there, right? You
Yeah.
love that ostrich.
Yeah, I do.
they're gonna stay like that forever if we don't solve this. So we're gonna need your heart all in this right now. Because what happens at the next couple hours is going to depend on whether or not that ostrich stays a ghost statue forever or it returns back to you. Okay?
I will help y'all on one condition.
And that is?
Josiah pulls out, I think it's just like a coin. It's like not even a lot of unnecessary money. Hands it to Kay. Says, "That one pays me," pointing at Finn's retreating back. "When we're done."
Pays you.
I hand you the coin. I just want him to hand it back. I'm being petty, yes, but it's bad at negotiation, that one. That annoys me.
How about this? I'll pay you because the thing that I love is also down there. And if I don't get that back, Fenn's gonna be the last thing you worry about, honestly.
Josiah will take the coin and, like, with a smile goes, "Now that's a business person," and walks back into the labyrinth.
Awesome. So Josiah is in the labyrinth. Fenn is in the labyrinth. Elise and Kay, you're still outside?
No, we're gonna go in. I just wanted to have that little that like I need like I think Kay just wanted to make sure like Joe's head was in the game for this.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
But yeah, we're gonna go like as soon as like I get that, I'm just gonna run. Like she knows that time is of the essence, and we need to get this, and we also need to stay like relatively close to each other because of the spell.
Okay. And
Yeah, I'll
Elise,
follow as well.
you follow as well. This is a great time for us to go on break, and when we go back, it'll be them inside the labyrinth again. So see you in a few. Get a drink, calm down, think about
Eat the rich. Do something in your
Eat the rich,
meantime.
yeah.
and we will come back. See you in a few.